Hey everyone, this is Casey again, and you're watching Love, Life, and Movies. If you haven't already, please follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Today's topic is about love. Bring out ideas and examples and topics that I've actually read in a book that's written by Matthew Kelly. So if you're interested in this book, I could introduce it to you as well and give you the title of the book. But first off, the thing I want to talk about is love is a choice. It's an action that you choose to do, and it is not that wishy-washy feeling that you get sometimes, or oh, he's so cute, and like you feel that rush of emotions. No, it's not that. Love is a choice, and you choose to love someone. Just like in our next example, it would be about parental love. So your parents choose to love you. I mean, there are people out there that don't get parental love, and so we are going to go deep into it, but we just need to acknowledge that most of us here who are actually watching this video most likely have parents who love us, and we take it for granted most of the time. So second point, love is unconditional. What unconditional means is that unconditional is when you give something out, you don't really expect something in return. So it's the same with love. Love, you don't really give it out hoping that, oh, someone will reciprocate it back to you. No, when you love someone, when you choose to love someone, you don't think that, oh, just because I love you, you have to love me back. No, that's not the case all the time. And most of the time, it's one-sided. And a lot of the times, one side is giving more than the other, even if the other person is reciprocating. And I think it's perfectly fine. In some rare cases, people might say, oh, it needs to be fair. I mean, the amount I give out and the amount I receive has to be the same. I don't think so. There is no terms of balance of budget. Every person expresses love in a different way. There's different forms of love. Some people do it with, in terms of showing care or concern for another. Some people step out of their way for another person. Some people scold people. Some people correct others by stepping out of the boundaries of being comfortable and telling them, no, this is not what you should do. And that's all signs of loving someone as well. I mean, it doesn't always be like, oh, I love you, oh, I love you. Like, those things doesn't really, just because they're words, they don't really express as well, I think, compared to actions. So when we talk about love, a lot of people think about, oh, relationships. Yeah, that is one form of love, and a lot of people dive into that topic because it's a big important part of our life when you choose to have a significant other around you that will always share their moments with you or do a lot of different activities with you, and you share your life with them basically, and you always are in communication. And some of the things I learned about from the book that I'm reading is that if you're not comfortable with who you are right now, you're not going to be comfortable when you're with someone else as well. What that really means is that when you aren't able to be sufficiently happy when you're single, you're not going to be happy when you're with someone, because the void of being unhappy, it doesn't result because of you don't have a companion or you don't have a special someone in your life. It's just that you're unhappy about your own life, and you need to figure out what you want. You need to figure out what you need to do to make yourself happier, or what are the things that you need to fulfill in your life to make yourself satisfied. And I think a lot of people miss that point, and they go out, they look for people just for the sake of finding someone to be with, and not specifically finding that person that they can share their life with. So another idea that is brought up by Matthew Kelly as well is that there is this best version of yourself that you need to try and find and try to work towards. And in a relationship, what you're trying to find to do is that, and not because interests, a lot of people think that, oh, we have common interests. We like to watch dramas together, we like to watch movies together, we like to listen to the same type of music. Oh, that's going to make everything work better. No. In a long-term relationship, or if you're trying to look for one that is long-term, which I hope everyone is, because if you're looking for something short-term, then great. You don't really need a lot of things in common. I think most of the time when people are looking for short-term, it's more about a physical closeness, and in terms of a long-term relationship, you're trying to find someone that you can actually spend your life with. And in order to find someone that you can spend your life with, most of the times what the book says is that you have to find a common purpose with someone. And that common purpose, he suggests that the best one is, of course, that you are trying to fulfill this best version of yourself. And so if you find somebody that will always encourage you to become better and always improving, then that's the best type of person to try and find. I mean, if you're all both working towards being a better speaker, or that's only a certain aspect of yourself, because always your life is changing and the common interests that you have are always changing. So today I might not like horror movies. Yes, I really don't like horror movies, but tomorrow, you never know, maybe I'll fall in love with horror movies. Maybe the drastic change will make it so that your other significant other will be unable to cope with you because, oh, but I can't watch horror movies with you. I thought we got into this agreement because I thought you never liked horror movies. But it turns out that a lot of the times people change over time, and that makes life hard to adapt to. If you're the only bonds that you create with with your significant other mainly, that is through common interest. So as you can tell, when I'm talking about love, I'm actually going around in a lot of circles and driving around the idea of love, but I'm not actually defining what it is, because I don't want to tell people this is love or that is love, because honestly no one knows what it truly is, and it's all for us to decide what we think love is and how we're going to pursue what makes us happy and what makes us satisfied with our lives. And I'm not going to try and persuade you to give you an idea and this is the way you should follow it, because everyone has a different path. And I hope that all of us will find someone that you can truly share life with. I mean, as a friend or as a lover, that's irrelevant, because you can also love your friends, you can also love your families. I love you all. I mean, you guys are my viewers and my subscribers, and I love to share my ideas with you, and I hope that you can also bring out your own ideas so that we can form a discussion. And final things that I actually prepared for you for today is some dating tips, because I know that all of you tuning into this channel might be single or might be looking for a significant other, or just in general have trouble in terms of you going on a date, what happens. So some of the tips that I'm going to bring up might not be true to you, or that they might not help you because you already know how to do them. That's great. I mean, if you already follow these kind of guidelines, then you're already on a great track into finding a special someone. So tip number one I would try to say is that if you are out on a date and you are eating dinner, or you're out walking around, hanging out, doing whatever you guys are doing, I think a lot of people nowadays, they carry their phones with them, and they sort of live their lives with their phones, and they do a lot of things on their phones, and sometimes you never know, you take out the phone for a couple 20 seconds and it shows that the other person isn't really important to you, because the amount of time you're spending together is very short. The date is not that long, it's maybe a couple hours, and you can't resist that couple hours of not taking out your phone and texting someone, because that other person is much more important in your life, or whatnot. But I think in terms of being a respectful type of person, and also just in general a good tip when you're out on a date, that it's best not to take out your phone, because it just shows how much more interested and concerned about the other person or what they're saying, or just the fact that you're giving them all your attention during the date. I think that's very important. I think it's a good to keep in mind. And so finally, thank you for watching my show again, and I hope that you tune in to next week to Love, Life, and Movies. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, and hope you have a good weekend.